from Dick Torres Memorial Stadium, and I'm sorry that Mr. Torres actually passed away. The good news is this stadium was named after him. It's a fine stadium and a beautiful night, Steve, for football. About an 80-degree evening here in Pico Rivera, California. Titans with the Chiefs of Santa Fe. I want to say, I believe I moved to California in 1984. I believe this is the first time I've ever set foot in Pico Rivera. Driven through it plenty of times. First time I think I've ever set foot. And they set the foot to the opening kickoff. And Tron Grizel of San Marino runs it back for 22 yards and is brought down to the 32-yard line. First down, Titans.
Good return. Got it upfield. Stayed in the center of the field. And the Titans on offense are ready to go. Santa Fe is 1-2. San Marino obviously 0-3. They've run a pretty standard defense. You'll see 3 down linemen and 4.5 linebackers. Basically, they'll run them up more like defensive ends during the day.
That's what I'm here to see is the 4.5 linebackers. I've never seen that operation, but I'm sure it's going to be quite different. And there's a running play up the middle. And I believe that is Singal. It was. And it's going to be a gain of 7 yards, second down and 3.
Good job opening up the hole up the middle. They are more vulnerable to running inside the tackles than most teams we've faced just because of their defensive setup.
Connor Short is the quarterback for the Titans, and Singal 15 is the running back. The hand is ooh man, and that is what you might call a submarine type of a tackle by number 1, and that's going to be a loss of a couple yards on the play and bring up third down and 5.
Right, he just slipped by the guard and made a great tackle, so you got to give them the benefit. They've got some size up front. I don't know how athletic they are. I've watched a lot of tape of them this week, so they're going to be a challenge, and we've got to do the right thing.
Steve Tall watching tape and doing some scouting. Man, alive.
Well, I watch it with my boy, so I force him to watch it with me.
His son, Glover Tall, number 75. So some good father-son bonding time watching some of the tape. Pass by Short is caught, and that is, I believe, Grizel. It is, and that'll be a first down for the Titans. Gain of 6 yards on the play, first and 10, San Marino.
Just a simple little out. Got the ball out there, good protection, quick pass. Titans, this is one of their better opening drives, surprisingly, this year, and they've gotten a first down.
And we've gotten near the 50-yard line, so you're very correct about that. 3 wide receivers set now for the Titans. Hand off to Singal, left side, and he will get a couple of yards before he is brought down at about the 47-yard line. Gain of 3, second down and 7.
And I think that's Prappis that was outside, number 14. Michael Prappis had a great kick-out block on the outside, allowed him to get a couple extra yards.
Good job, Michael. So the Titans from the shotgun, second down and 7 after the 3-yard gain. Straight drop back by Short, fires to the left side. Maybe a little early contact, not called. The pass was a little bit high and intended for Tron Grizel. That'll bring up third down.
It was a little high and also probably kind of threw into a covered man, but that was the guy he wanted to go through, didn't look at anybody else, and unfortunately didn't get the yardage they wanted.
What's your estimation, Steve? We're about, 300 yards from the 605 freeway to our left?
Well, you're more of the golfer. Can you hit it that far?
No. We're about 900 yards away. These days, I couldn't hit it to the goal line. I'm not playing as much golf as I would like. Pass by Short, intercepted by the Chiefs. And here comes number 12 on the run back, and he will be brought down by Singal. Fumble on the play, and I believe it was recovered by the Titans. And it was Grizel. 23-yard return by the interceptor, but the Titans get the ball back, and they will have it. That's an interesting way of getting a first down. They actually lost about a half yard on the play, or 4 yards rather on the play. But the Titans will have the ball after the interception and the fumble. So fortunate play for the Titans.
A very fortunate play. The interception, the pass. He got a lot of pressure on him and he felt rushed. And I don't know who he's throwing to, but it obviously not intended for the defense. But San Marino gets its first break after getting the first break against.
And Nick Singal gets a tackle, even though the Titans aren't even on defense yet. First down, San Marino, handoff to Singal, has good blocking in front of him. He lowers his head, and he piles forward to about the 45-yard line. First down, San Marino, gain of 13 yards.
Just right off the left side of the center. They switched it. They've moved Derek to left guard and moved Karapetian to right guard on that play, and it seems to have a little more success.
Austin Enos, number 12, was the interceptor, 3-4 plays ago, but we thought he'd give him a little bit of credit for a very nice interception and a good run back before he fumbled the ball. 9 minutes now left to play in the first quarter. We're scoreless. First drive of the game. Titans, there's a fake handoff, short over the middle, and he has Grizel, and Grizel leans forward to the 20-yard line. First down, San Marino.
You know, and Grizel has really matured as an end. He grew a lot this last year, but watching him throughout the years, he could at times on a pass over the middle be tentative. There, he knew he was going to get hit and did a good job holding on to the ball.
He sure did. You're exactly right. That is that's a play where you are going to get hit. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Nice job by Grizel. First and 10, San Marino. Ball is at about the 20-yard line. Handoff to Singal, right side. And he will power forward, gets a little bit of help from one of the Titan blockers, and he'll end up with about a 4-yard gain on the play.
Good running. He just kept on moving and kept on pushing, and was able to pick up the couple extra yards because he was hit at the line of scrimmage and was able to push forward.
Seth Canul, number 74, should get a couple of those yards, I think, Steve, on his docket because he was able to push Singal forward for maybe 1 or 2 more than he would have had on his own. Gain of 3, second down and 7 for the Titans. 3 wide receivers to the left. There's the clap. Dan wanting to throw is short. Pulls it down and runs it, and he will dive forward for a short gain on the play. In fact, he may have lost a yard now that I take a look at where they spot the ball.
It was intended for the left side. That wasn't open. He did the right time this time. Did the right thing this time and held onto the ball and tried to pick up some yards on the ground. The offensive line's got to maintain their blocks even longer in those type of situations.
You and I haven't spoken for a week. So
I know. Yeah,
it takes us a while to warm up.
No, not at all. I haven't.
Gain of a yard on the play, third down and 6 for the Titans. Short wants to throw, and he does. Has the ball on a little shovel pass to Prappus, and Prappus will get maybe 1-2 yards on the play. Not much there. I think that was delayed. Short looked like he wanted to get rid of it immediately, and I think Prappus had a hard time getting loose. And when he did, he was able only to pick up a yard on the play.
So they're going to get, yes, it wasn't, there was a breakdown because of a blitz, and Short stuck with it, got the ball to Prappus. Nonetheless, unfortunately, by that time there was a collapse of the defense. So we're trying to figure out what's happening here, but they're going to go for they're going to go for a field goal.
Yeah, and I think that the Titans are going to take a timeout, and they do. So timeout San Marino. The ball is marked at the 15-yard line, so that will be a 32-yard field goal attempt by Jordan Evans if the Titans decide to try the field goal after this timeout. Nice opening drive by San Marino, Steve.
Well, there seemed to have been a breakdown on who was supposed to be out there, but I don't know. They haven't added anybody. You know, this is interesting, Mitch. They may have been almost set up for a fake, and because they had the wrong personnel out there, they've now had to call a timeout. But they still have that opportunity if they could throw over the edge. I don't know what was the intent.
Mavridis is the holder, and he is a quarterback. And does he have his one knee off the ground? No, he does not. He has his knee on the ground. I make that point because he cannot get up if his knee is on the ground when he catches the ball. Cole Cribbs is the long snapper. Jordan Evans to attempt the 32-yard field goal. There's the whistle to put the ball in play. Chiefs have a couple guys back. Kick is blocked, and a nice job by, I'll get you his number, and that is number 27, who came through to block Jordan Evans' field goal attempt, and that is Matthew Diaz. So a nice play by Diaz off the defensive left side, the offensive right side, and he swung around, was able to get a hand on Evans' field goal attempt. It's no good, and so we remain scoreless. 6:19 to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, the snap was a little low, so the timing was off on that one, allowing the crossing defender to pick up and get a hand on that.
So the Titans will go on the defensive for the second time tonight, the first time being after the interception. And the Chiefs will put it in play. What do the Chiefs do, Steve? They spread it out here. What's their offense like?
Well, they usually like to go three on a side. They tend to run a lot. This is a quarterback. That's defensive pass interference. Offensive pass interference, the way he grabbed it. But they will load three on a side, throw the other side. They also run the ball pretty effectively. Their quarterback, it all depends on who it is, number 3, and it tends to throw the ball more often than he has. 32 is more the running quarterback.
32 is the quarterback who threw that ball.
Yes.
And, into the wind, by the way, which held it up, and that is number 32, Thomas Reyes. And it'll be second down and 10 for the Chiefs. Nice coverage by Nico Mavridis.
And that was number 8, Elias Peraza.
And it looks like this is still Reyes at quarterback. There's a motion man. Reyes lets him clear. Straight drop back, throws to his right, incomplete, and almost intercepted by the Titans. They tried a little hitch pass to the right side, too high, and that'll bring up third down.
The thing that saved that from Matsumoto not getting the ball is the ball popped up in the air. The guard was out there blocking on that little pocket screen that they run, and so he blocked him when Seth went to go get the ball. It wasn't intentional on his part, and that ball is a free ball anyway, but it almost resulted in an interception.
Elias Peraza was the intended receiver. Third down and 10 for the Chiefs. I like their uniforms in a gray with a yellow kind of shoulders. And running play goes to the right side, and nothing there for the Chiefs offensively. Nice play by number 56. That is Johnny Q. Gets his first tackle tonight, as well as number 5, Nathan Fajardo. And the Chiefs are going to have to punt on fourth down and 10.
Now, I love the fact that Nathan Fajardo is getting the chance. Nathan's got some good speed. He's also a pretty strong kid, a pole vaulter, although I think he's kind of given that up after he broke his shoulder. But he's one of the hardest working guys out on that team.
Broke his shoulder pole vaulting?
Yeah, he broke his collarbone, I should say.
Did not know that. So fourth down and long, the person in punt return formation was Grizel. Grizel lets that go, and it'll die at the 49-yard line. 32-yard kick for the Chiefs in San Marino in good field position for their second drive of the evening. Or is it third drive of the evening?
Third drive. I don't know. I'll tell you in a second, depending upon the rotation they go through is they'll have these guys out for 3 drives, and then they'll start rotating some guys in.
Titans. Connor Short is the quarterback. Hand off to number 8, and that is Matthew Karapichian. Karapichian will get a few yards on the play.
Yeah, he's their speed guy. He's the guy that's going to give you some speed. We've seen him return kickoffs and not punts but kickoffs, and you see how much speed he has. And so they're going to run him more on the outside where they're going to run Singhall more on the inside.
Sophia, can you after this play, get a shot of our sunset to our left? Let's do that after this play if you don't mind. I think Mike and Suzanne Hobby will be watching. Of course, we're not doing it live tonight. This is tape delay, but we'll give them a view of what the California sunsets look like. Pass is complete to Tron Grizel, and that'll be a first down for San Marino. Beautiful as we face the west. Sunset. I think Sophia's got the camera angled right towards where San Marino and the San Gabriel Valley are. Gorgeous night for football. A little bit of a breeze coming from our backs out of the southwest.
That might just be the traffic.
Exactly. Who knows? It could be anything. First and 10, San Marino. Low snap. Short picks it up and just runs forward. And he will get 4 or 5 yards on the play. Smart play by Short because he did not have the snap. He just got what he could and called it a day.
And they seemed to get the necessary pressure from the outside, so rather than spend a moment and getting the handoff, he took it and went to the hole that was supposed to be there. Didn't try to do anything extra special, and it was a good decision by Short.
Ad nauseum, I've told you that I'm a former quarterback, and that's what we were told to do. If you fumble the snap or have trouble, you don't get the handoff. Just follow the back and go to where the hole was supposed to be. And Singal, well, he's taken a couple of solid hits running the ball here already tonight. He's a very, very, very tough kid. Gain of 3 will bring up third down and 2.
One of the things I really like about him, and I told him this personally, is I love the fact that when he's a blocking back against a rushing linebacker, a blitzing linebacker, he stays in there and he punishes.
4 wide receivers and a couple of wing backs. They're going to run Singal left side, and he should have a first down. He does. Nice blocking by the left side of the San Marino offensive line. Among them, number 70, Andrew Karpetchian, and that'll be a first down for the Titans.
Karpetchian just pulls from the right side over to the left side, picks up the defensive end. Meanwhile, Uriardi, number 50, crashes down on the linebacker to hopefully open up some more, and you've got the guard helping out the center on the nose guard.
I love your offensive line language, Steve. It's fantastic to listen to. I don't understand hardly any of it.
Neither do I. I'm just making it up.
First and 10, San Marino. Nice drive for the Titans. It's kind of a short field after taking over on the 49-yard line, their own 49-yard line, but we don't care. Straight drop back by Short. Looks to his right for Grizel. Incomplete. Grizel may have lost that in the lights. That's a pretty good pass right at the corner pylon, and it'll be incomplete. Second down and 10.
You're right. He seemed to hold up when the ball was in the corner. He may have picked it up or misjudged it, but nonetheless, he was trying to put hands on the defending back so he could get some separation ultimately, but that didn't work out to his advantage.
Titans looking at second down and 10. 2:19 to go. Scoreless first quarter here at Dick Torres Memorial Stadium in beautiful Pico Rivera, California. Gorgeous night for anything. Be a nice night to be at the Hollywood Bowl. Be a nice night for anything. As I said, a little bit of a breeze over our left shoulder in favor of the Titans. Short to throw. Has Grizel. One-handed catch. Touchdown, San Marino. 2:13 to go. Nice pass. Nice catch. And the Titans are on the board first.
Yeah, nice catch by Grizel. The pass just a little over his head, but Grizel's got great hands, and he was able to come up with it. So good job by Grizel.
27-yard touchdown pass from Connor Short to Tron Grizel on a little crossing route. The Titans are on the board. Mavridis to hold. Cribbs will snap. Jordan Evans will attempt the extra point, and the kick is up, and it is good. San Marino 7 and Santa Fe 0.
Well, I knew we'd be able to score on Santa Fe. They've got some big guys. I don't think they're as athletic as possible. Are you talking about the moon? The Friday the 13th moon. Let's move it over there.
Yeah, look at this moon coming up here. And I've
That's Chris. That not Chris Davis, but the moon. That's a Friday the 13th orange moon.
Man, that is gorgeous. Just popped up above the horizon here. Man, gorgeous, gorgeous night. Let's hope that it is a harbinger of good things for the Titans, looking for their first win of the season.
Yeah, it is an amazing moon. I think that this is, well, we scored a field goal in the first quarter in the opening game. This is the first first quarter touchdown that we've had. So obviously that's going to lift the spirits. The team also obviously dispirited it a little bit as a result of their 0-3 start. So this starts to build a little bit of that confidence back.
Though, Steve, the team is improving every week.
I do. I agree.
Nowhere near where Justin Mason wants it, of course. But I've seen rapid improvement, and you know what? They're going to reach a part of the season here where they kind of settle down. They can just concentrate on football, work on getting a little bit of an identity of what they are, and win some football games. Because, such a tough beginning to this season. Even El Monte, a big team with a big-time running back, and we did a great job of keeping him in check for the most part.
Well, we did. When you think that one of those touchdowns is the run back. Good job by the kickoff team, but they scored 14 points on our defense, and that's a very winnable game for us. The other 6 points they got, or the other touchdown they got, was on a interception return. So
5-yard return after the fumble recovery. Nice play by Prappis to bring him down. Also in on the stop was number 13. That is Johannes Zerahan. And so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Chiefs at the 27-yard line. Oh, look at that move. Oh.
I know, as it rises slowly.
And we're right in the flight path for LAX here, too. See, Steve, you can see the airplanes lining up and going right over our heads. 1st and 10, pass out into the flat. Good job by Zerahan to hem him in, but he gets away, and number 56, Samuel Fu has to make the stop for the Titans, and that's going to be a nice game for Santa Fe on 1st down.
Well, Sahervin has to make that tackle. I mean, he's out there on an island, and it's a tough tackle, but he has to do it. If he does, it's no gain or a loss.
Gain of 11 yards on the play. That's a 1st down for Santa Fe. 2 minutes left to play here in quarter number 1. Titans lead by a score of 7-0. And we've got a whistle and a timeout. So the Chiefs want to talk it over. We will as well. Sophia's going to give us another shot of that beautiful moon. Look at that. Can we zoom in on that? Is that possible with this crack camera work we have here?
We're zoomed in as far as we're going to go.
But I think we can see what we're talking about.
Oh, there it goes.
There we go. Another shot of the Friday the 13th moon, as Steve calls it. And the Titans really not. Did we score in the first quarter of the second game?
I don't believe so.
Did we score? Was it the second game?
I can't remember because anything from Wednesday on or Wednesday before.
We might have been. We're not sure. It might have been the first quarter. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know something? Yeah. I'm going to have to print that bigger for you, aren't I?
So, oh my gosh, it's almost impossible to see. Reyes is the quarterback, handoff, and a nice running play by Santa Fe. Fumble on the play. Referee is going to blow it dead. And I believe the ball carrier was Reyes, possibly, not sure. Whatever the case, the 11-yard gain on the play, another 1st down for the Chiefs.
Well, and that play was not designed to go that way. He took it that way. Must have seen a whole opening. You have Johnny Q and you have Kirpishian on that side, where you're dealing with Single and CB on the other side. So he saw the opening and took advantage of it.
1st and 10, Santa Fe. Throw over the middle, caught, and that's going to be a 1st down. Tackle finally made by number 14. And who's 14?
That is Prappis.
Okay, he went to 18, went back to 14.
Yeah, I don't know. He's trying to fool us. He might be trying to fool his mom, actually, but we don't know.
Well, whatever it is,
So they're getting some momentum going here.
And they're moving against the wind. 1:25 to go in the first quarter. Peraza on the catch for the Chiefs. There's another throw, and that's going to be incomplete. Intended for number 11. That is Rafael Rodriguez. Coverage on the play by Zarahan and Singal. Second down and 10.
Interesting. Short appears to be on the trainer's table. Might have been from that sack earlier on that interception. He seemed to get banged around.
And it looks like the trainer is stretching his, not sure if it's his left or right leg, but they're both getting a little bit of attention. And that'll bring up second down and 10. With 1:14 to go here in the first quarter.
Oh, 2 men moving. That's a penalty.
Fumble on the play. That's a mistake.
Yeah.
Titans might have it. Don't see a whole lot of enthusiasm, though it is recovered by the Chiefs. Nice play by number 70. That is Andrew Karkatchian. Loss of 3 yards on the play brings up third down and 13.
Yeah, this is not Canadian football. You can't have 2 people moving at the same time after the center set. They did, but they missed it, and that's okay.
That's right, because instead of it being second and 15, it's third and 13. I'd rather have the third and 13.
So you need to stop right here.
Third and long for the Chiefs. And another slot man across the way, number 11, he jumps. So we're going to get the 5-yard penalty after all. That's going to bring up third down and 18.
They go with the long snap count, and I know that the team was really working on that to watch the ball, and they did a good job that time watching the ball.
Third and long for Santa Fe. Straight drop back by the quarterback. Fires to the right side. Good coverage by Mavridis. And Mavridis almost had an interception. Nice coverage by the junior. And that will bring up fourth and long for Santa Fe.
And undoubtedly a punting situation, but you never know. Yep, they're going to bring in the punt team, it looks like. But a good job for the defense. They bent a little bit but did not break.
16.9 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Grizel will drop back in punt return formation for San Marino. Titans playing for a return. Takes a Santa Fe bounce and will come to rest at about the 13-yard line. The Titans will have it first and 10 at the 13-yard line, 27-yard kick. Titans with their third or fourth possession.
Well, and that was a decent punt. You kick it inside the 20, and they were able to do it. So we'll see whether or not they could give an extended drive here.
First and 10, San Marino. Bad snap. Yeah, or I won't say bad snap. I did not see it. Bad exchange. I did see that. Stingal picks the ball up. He'll lose a yard, and we will lose quarter number 1.
It was not a bad snap. It was a little low, but not a bad snap.
I wanted to correct it because I did
Yeah.
not see it. So bad exchange. So the Titans will lose a yard. Second down and left. San Marino now would be going into the wind, which can be quite substantial at times. It's sort of a breezy evening here. Nice view, Steve, of the
Beautiful stadium. Get with the Whittier Mountains or the Whittier Hills over behind it.
just so sharp, she just picks right up on it.
It's like she's actually paying attention to what we say.
Exactly. We found one person in the world, Steve, who pays attention to what we say, finally. All these years, one person who listens to us.
No, keep it going. They are.
Performed in the first home game, and then we will have our second home game this Thursday at 7 o'clock p.m.
It's a Thursday game. That's right.
Welcome Bell Gardens. There will be a Frost-Soft game at, I think, 3:30 before that. So doubleheader at Titan Stadium.
Wow.
Should be fun. Titans and the Lancers, I believe they're called.
And the reason I understand they're doing it is there's a lack of referees on Friday night, so San Marino and Bell Gardens agreed to play on Thursday.
So second down and 11 for the Titans. The scoreboard still shows 1st and 10, and that's not quite the case. Singal is the running back, and he will dive forward. Not much there for the Titans. In fact, they'll give him just a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Oh, I take that back. They'll give him 2, 3rd and 9.
Yeah, they just missed they blitzed, kind of a delayed blitz, and they missed to pick it up. Put the pressure, caused him to run a little outside the hole, and there was somebody there.
Short with the throw, incomplete, and I think that was intended for number 19, Cole Cribbs. It was a little bit wide of Cribbs, tipped by a Santa Fe defender, and incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down, and Titans bring in the punting unit.
Yeah, and I don't know. It didn't even look like Cribbs was turned for the ball. But this is not the exchange that you wanted. You wanted to at least pick up 20, 30 yards and be able to punt it back. But here, Santa Fe is going to end up with some pretty decent field position.
And again, Grizel is kicking into a wind, and the Chiefs will be operating with the wind at their back once they snap it after this exchange. Good kick by Grizel. It's low and a wind cheater, and it's going to be fielded back at the 48-yard line. And a nice run, and getting loose is number 6. He's finally brought down along the far sideline by number 5. That is Ethan Fajardo. 9 yards on the return, 1st down for the Chiefs.
It looked like he had a good they had him trapped, but he was able to slide out of that trap. We were right down on top of him, but he got out and picked up some yards. So now we're looking at the ball on the Titan side of the field with Santa Fe and a 1st down.
Here's the difference in the wind makes. Where the Chiefs now get the ball, and the Titans were getting good field position in the first quarter, and that is the reason. 1st and 10 for the Chiefs, and they'll snap it from the 39-yard line. Drop back by the quarterback, has a man, broken tackle. Grizel finally bumps him out of bounds. Jackson Heron made first contact, but a nice job by Grizel to clean up. And that will be a 1st down for Santa Fe. First down, Santa Fe. Handoff and a little counter action. Another broken tackle. San Marino is not making the stops in the backfield, and that's going to be another 1st down for Santa Fe, driving this right downfield, gain of 15 yards and another Chiefs 1st down.
Yeah, Santa Fe's got some momentum now. As we say, the fewer plays you have to make to score, the better off you are. That's why you always battle for the field position, but they are not able to do it in this instance. And Santa Fe is now knocking on the door.
Jared Medina with the nice run for Santa Fe. 1st down for the Chiefs, and they are inside the 10-yard line. Ball at about the 6. Handoff to Medina, and Medina is going to be stopped after a gain of about 2 yards on the play. First contact made by Zerahun, and then Matsumoto cleans up. Gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 4.
Yeah, Matsumoto did a good job, as did Singal coming across the line. Was able to wrap him up and let the finish come through.
2nd goal, ball at the 4-yard line. 9 handoff, same play by Medina. And Medina dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Chiefs, 4 yards. And Santa Fe is within a point of tying the score.
And that's kind of interesting because they don't really say run this hole. They give it to him and say find a hole. And that time it looked like he was going to run right up the middle, saw the opening on the outside, and took the opening on the outside.
He did that 2 straight plays. I wonder if let's watch that.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's not what the play is designed to do to get the defense moving one way and then go the opposite direction. So they're going to try the extra point. Good snap, kick is up, and it is good. We are tied here at Victoria's Memorial Stadium. San Marino 7 and Santa Fe 7. Kick is good for number 14, Angel Jimenez.
He's got a leg on him too. Now they're gonna watch out because San Marino proved itself vulnerable in the second game of the season to offside kick. So they're going to be very careful and make sure they're set up correctly on this kickoff return.
Did you have to defend the onside kick, Steve?
Oh yeah.
Were you like on the front line?
No, I was on the front line, but I was always on the outside. And my job was you take the outside guy, you run along with them, and wait until they make the move in, and then you kick them out. But I did have 2 short kicks that I caught and then fell forward, and that's why I have 4 yards of return.
Which is exactly 12 feet. It was about you twice.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the second time I might have had to stretch out a little bit.
So for San Marino is Grizel and Karapetian. Karapetian on the near side, Grizel on the far side. It will go to Grizel. He'll let it go. Oh man. And that comes to rest at the 1 yard line. And Grizel smartly has to pick it up and brings it back to the 21. Steve, you wouldn't blame him if he just let it go over his head and ran to the sideline. He smartly watched it, and that was like a pitching wedge.
It's stuck. Yeah.
Stuck right there and actually bounced back a foot or 2. Grizel picks it up and gets a nice run back of 19 yards. I'm going to give him 1st and 10, San Marino at the 20 yards.
He did do a nice job. He paid attention. He looked at it. He didn't. A lot of guys would just sit there and look at it. He didn't. He realized that there was exposure there, picked it up.
Could have been a game changer. Nice play by Tron Grizel, who has San Marino's touchdown. 9:37 to play here in the first half. We're tied at 7 apiece. From beautiful Pico Rivera, California, Titans and the Chiefs. Fake handoff for O, and it's complete out here to Fajardo, and Fajardo will get a few yards on the play, maybe 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, I don't. Was that Fajardo or was that number 14? That is Prappis.
Okay, that is complete to Prappis. I take that back. Fajardo is 5. My bad. Prappis is apparently 14 again. I think he went from 14 to 18, maybe back to 14.
No, that car did not sound well.
5-yard gain on the play. 8:59 to play first half. Snap to short. Handoff to Singal. Hole right up the middle. Is that Karapetian? I think that is Karapetian.
Yep.
I take that back, and that'll be a first down for San Marino. Gain of 8 yards. And the Titans move the chains.
Yeah, good job on that, again, by the offensive line. Number 75 comes out, kicks out big number 42. Number 75 happens to be my son, so I could say something positive about him.
Same level back in the game. He's moved from center to guard.
They moved him to guard, yes. And he started practicing guard on Tuesday.
How does he like it so far?
He loves it. It's less responsibility. It's less pressure.
That snap is a big thing. It's one of those things where everyone notices you when it goes bad. Nobody notices it when it's good. There's a handoff to Karapetian, and he will be stopped at the line of scrimmage. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, it seemed like he lost his footing looking to kick back, lost his footing, and wasn't able to do it. Interesting. Now they've moved him back to center.
Right when we talk about how he likes to play guard, they move him back to center.
Yeah, and he hasn't had any practice snaps.
And he makes a Sutherland with the catch. And that will be an 8-yard gain and bring up third down and about a yard.
And good protection and nice out. So we'll see what they do here. They have several options. They could put the ball in the air or run on a 3rd and short. We'll see what they do. They've had great success on the short outs, so maybe they'll do that.
Third down and maybe closer to 2 yards. As the Titans moving from the east to the west. San Marino seems a little bit confused, and I think that Mesa, did he call a timeout?
Well, he's going to have to now that he's got these guys. It looks like the clock's stopped running unless they're trying to figure out if they got the right personnel out there.
Yeah, and they went to the line of scrimmage.
They've got 5 seconds.
And yeah, there's the 5-second. And they get the play off, amazingly so. And they don't waste a timeout. Karapetian will be very close to the first down. They're going to mark him across the 40-yard line. I think he's going to be short. You can see Justin Mason.
Well, they got a good mark. It looked like it. Yep, they got a good mark. So
they did. He got that by maybe the length of the football. You're right, a very, very positive spot. And the Titans will move the chains. 1st and 10, San Marino. Ball's at about the 42-yard line.
just keep that moving. 7 minutes left in the second quarter. Plenty of time. No need to rush.
Straight drop back for short, looking over the middle, looking for that's intercepted. It was intended for number 19, Cole Krebs, underthrown into the wind.
Yeah, he didn't get enough on it.
Yeah, and that was when we give the ball back to the Chiefs, and Justin Mesa having a couple of words for his senior quarterback, who he admires greatly, by the way. So this is just coaching going on out there, but he is giving Connor a couple of instructions as to maybe where that ball should have gone. And I see Mesa talking about the loft on the ball. He did kind of put that up in the air a little bit too much, and that should have been thrown a little bit more on the line, especially into the wind.
Well, now it's the team that's with the momentum right now is sorry, I was.
You know, we could credit him with a 28-yard punt.
Yeah, but I don't think that was in our plans.
Throwing to the near side.
Oh!
Incomplete, and a nice job by Mafridis on the under coverage was number 13, Johannes Zerahan. That'll bring up second down. Nice effort by the receiver, by the way, but he was out of bounds.
Yeah, he looked like it had it. It went right through his head, and he's disappointed in himself.
Traffic on the 605 freeway still whizzing by to our left. Something tells me it's not going to let up.
Don't talk about whizzing. I had a lot to.
Second down and 10 for the Chiefs. Handoff, and that will be a nice effort by the running back. Nice play by Singal defensively. Also getting up off the bottom of the pile is Sam Fu and Nick Derrick. Gain of 3 yards on the play brings up third down and 7.
Good job just stuffing that middle there. They got, you know, the one thing that they did is they moved his CB inside because he's such a big body and allowed Johnny Q, who's quicker on the outside. So he's a big force to move up there.
The CB's number 72, and I'm going to tell you something. He can be such a dominant player that we're not going to call his name many times because they do double and triple team him. There's a complete pass, another broken tackle, and a big gain for Santa Fe.
We have shown some vulnerability.
4 yards on the play, and then we have first down. Sorry.
We have shown some vulnerability in between the safety and the linebackers, and obviously Santa Fe saw our tapes and has picked up on that. And you're going to have to make some adjustment that way. Now, last week it didn't happen because they were mostly a running team, but this team does both pretty well.
First and 10 for Santa Fe. As they are now on the move. We're tied at 7. Little hitch pass to the far sideline. Zerahan, number 13, makes the tackle for the Titans, but that will be a gain of about 4 yards.
13th on the 13th. 13 on the 13th.
They'll give him 4 yards on the reception. That'll bring up second down and 6. 5:22 to go. First half, and we are tied at 7 apiece.
Yeah, they've only had success. If you probably even looked at the chart, they've had success on the short outs, success on the medium longs, over the middle. But they're going to call their second timeout, I believe. So if you were to break this down, where are they going to go when they need this type of yardage? On second down, they'll probably keep the ball on the ground. If this was a third down, they'd go over the middle again, because that's where our vulnerability is right now.
So, Steve, you were scouting the quarterbacks. Thomas Reyes, number 32, has been getting the majority of the snaps. Did you say he was the better passer?
No, I believe that the other quarterback, number 3, is the better passer, at least from a standpoint of statistics. However, the statistics that I was able to see only were the first 2 games. I didn't see what the statistics were last week. I think they played South Hills. And I saw number 3 warming up, but they may have been in the same situation where they decided they needed to make a change of some sort to try to change things up, because they are 1-2. And they did not beat a very good team, and I forget who it is.
So, Steve, the big question we all have, did you stay up for that rain-delayed Cal-Washington game last night?
I hate to say it. I taped it to begin with because I thought it would start during a time in which we had family time. And so when I turned it in, I was able to speed all the way through it, and then I fell fast asleep.
We're going to comment on that again after this play. Second down and 6 for the Chiefs. Straight drop back, looking over the middle, which has been the weak part, as Steve points out. That is complete. 7-yard gain on the play. Tackle is made by number 15, number 18. I got to get these numbers squared away because I'm not giving people proper credit. Was that I'm sorry, I take that back. That was Seth Matsumoto with the stop. So that is enough for a first down. First and 10 for Santa Fe at the 31-yard line.
And actually, they had very good coverage on that. He was just able to slot the ball in there perfectly. But we've got to get a stop here. As we see, Santa Fe has had some success now, both on the ground and in the air, as this game is ground down or up or whatever it was.
Straight drop back by Reyes, has some pressure. It's going to be caught, and that's going to be a big gainer again for Santa Fe. Broken tackle. And coming back to make the stop is number 24, Jackson Herring. First down. Gain of 22 yards on the play, and the Chiefs are in business again. It's going to be first and goal.
That was a well-designed play by the Chiefs, but also a poorly tackled by the defense on the right side. Good job by Jackson Herring, who was taken out of it and came back down there and laid a hit on somebody.
Pass complete from number 32, that is Reyes, to number 22, and that is Medina. A pretty good combination for Santa Fe. First and goal, Chiefs from the 9-yard line. Reyes looks over the middle, and if that's not caught, it is touchdown. It would have been interference, I believe, anyway. Touchdown, Santa Fe.
It looked like Prappus had pretty decent coverage for that, but the quarterback put the ball right on the outside, and so he put the receiver in between the ball and the defender, and it was successful.
Pass complete to Elias Peraza, and the Chiefs are up on the Titans. It's 13-7. Kick is up, and that is good. And as Steve mentioned, very, very long leg by the kicker, number 14, Kyle Mallory. Santa Fe Chiefs the Titans by a score of 14-7. 4:09 to play first half.
And I think one of the things is we are missing Uramade today, who injured his knee sometimes late in last game. Uramade had a great game last week, and but he's been banked out, did not practice at all this week. We had Connor, who was out for 2 days. He came back and practiced, and so now we're certainly not at full strength defensively like we were last week.
And if you listen to the Coach Mesa, he felt that Uramade has played 2 great games, week 2 and week 3. So, been a very solid performer for the Titans. Deep for San Marino are Carapetian and Brazil, and this time they flipped positions. Grizel is to the left and Carpeccian to the right. Kick to Carpeccian at the 5-yard line. Takes it right up the middle. Carpeccian with some running room. Carpeccian still with some running room up across the 30-yard line. And that gives San Marino good field position about the 33. 28 yards on the return for Matthew Carpeccian.
Well, he did a great job, found whatever little open he can. We looked, he added a good 8 yards to that return, and so the San Marino's in pretty good starting position past the 30.
So Steve, Washington was at Oregon last week, or
No, Cal was at Washington. There was a 2-hour, 45-minute delay as a result of a lightning storm.
Game's supposed to start at 7:30, I believe.
It started at 7:30, and then the lightning came, and so they moved them out 2.5 hours because they couldn't find a common date in which to play each other again. So they went ahead with the game, and
the teams are in the locker room, and the athletic directors are outside in the hallway saying, "Well, we're busy on the 23rd."
Yeah.
It's sneaking a Monday later.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of attorneys trying to find a date for continued deposition. It's just not going to work.
So they finally decide to play the game. It restarted what time?
Ah, boy, it had to restart around 10. And I watched the remainder of the game the following morning because I had it taped. But
what time did it end Pacific time in real time?
I couldn't tell you because I was sound asleep on the couch. Had a good snore going too.
And one of the big complaints is that a lot of the pollsters and the voters on the East Coast don't see a lot of the late football.
Yeah, they didn't see that one.
At 4 o'clock in the morning
Yeah.
Eastern time. I guarantee you they didn't see that. Short throws, and he has a man, Grizel, and again, Steve, as you said, and you believe me, well, you're right, 12-yard gain, but Grizel going over the middle like that, he's 6'3" and about 180 or something like that.
Yeah.
Very tall and lanky, and he knows he's going to get popped, and he took one on the hip, but nice catch by Grizel.
Well, he has put on weight, and he actually grew probably about 4 inches over this last year.
3 minutes, 29 seconds left to play in the, I was going to say third quarter. Second quarter, rolling right is short, looking, and short is going to fire, and it's intercepted at the 37-yard line. Penalty marker on the field, and the Chiefs will have the ball in San Marino territory. That is going to be a 19-yard return on the interception, and there is a penalty marker on the field. We'll check that.
And there was a tackle made by number 75. I have to say that he got the tackle, but not the type of situation you want. I think that was the penalty for. I think he was over the line of scrimmage when he threw the ball. I don't know why he was throwing the ball in that instance, but he probably thought, he's got a different angle than I did, but threw into double coverage.
Penalties against San Marino. I can't see what his arm signals were because he's giving it in the other direction.
I did not see it either. I was taking a short nap.
The penalty, personal foul against San Marino. So if that's the case, and the ball's marked at about the 43-yard line, that'll be a 15-yard penalty, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. Excellent field position again for the Chiefs to start this drive. Ooh. Oh, no. It's not the guy with the ball. Here comes the guy with the ball, and he will put it at the 28-yard line. 1st and 10.
And I don't understand why they didn't do it from the point of the foul. They tacked it on at the end. Maybe that's what they do with a turnover.
Yeah, maybe it was after the play, but I thought I saw the flag during the run back.
So did I.
It could have been just coincidence that they both happened at the same time. Santa Fe leads. 3:12 to go, second quarter. Reyes hands it off to Medina. Medina stood up right in his tracks. Singal there, number 15. Number 70 also in on the play. That's Andrew Carpeccian. And those two combine on the majority of the stop, and that will be a loss of 6 yards and bring up second down. Oh, correction. Now they're going to move the chain away. Loss of 2 yards.
They did. They marked it at 6. Ah, well, we were a little off.
Well, I didn't see a 6-yard loss.
Yeah, but you look at the box and it says 6 yards.
Second down and 12. Reyes wants to throw left, fires, and that is complete. Defending on the play was number 5. That is Fajardo.
Well,
That is very.
whoa, that pass was complete?
It was a great diving kick.
I thought I saw it bounce out.
And that's going to be a gain of 3 and bring up third down and 9.
Okay, now here's, you got to be ready for that pass over the middle.
Third and 9 for the Chiefs, and this is a big, big play for the San Marino defense. And we have a penalty marker on the field, and they're going to say the Titan defenders are saying that it's a legal procedure, and thankfully the official agrees that'll be a 5-yard penalty to bring up third down and 14. Titans have got to keep the Chiefs off the scoreboard here on this drive.
Absolutely, it is.
Chiefs will get the ball to start the second half as well.
Move the ball back 5 yards, mark it at the 32-yard line. 3rd and 15. For Santa Fe.
Third and 14 for Santa Fe. Same formation, motion man this direction. They're going to throw to it. And caught. Nice tackle made by number 16. That'll be a gain to the 27-yard line. Not a big gain on the play. And that's going to bring up fourth down.
And they may take a shot at the end zone here. I think they only have one timeout left. So, and they got a fourth down. So I'd be concerned about a shot at the end zone here.
Fourth and 9, I'd do it. Well, of course, you know me, I'd take chances.
Yeah, you'd quick kick.
Absolutely. No, I'd take a shot at the end. We have the wind behind our back.
Yeah.
There's no need for the quick pick. Quick pick.
So
Quick pick, you can tell I just played the lottery. And there is a timeout, the third and final timeout for Santa Fe with 29.5 seconds.
they do not have any more timeouts, and so even if they have a first down within the field, I can't remember, does the clock stop as they move the chains?
On a first down, it does, yes. So you think they'll try a field goal, Steve? If the wind at their back, I mean,
This guy's got a leg.
A completely helping wind exactly in that direction. So I just wanted to give that a little bit of a thought, and they're going to do it. So you had mentioned that he's got a very, very good leg. So here comes the kicker. I hate to say that our rosters have blown away.
That's that win.
I get it, sure is. I can't give you the kicker's name. It's Mallory, I believe. So Mallory, number 34, is going to attempt a 44-yard field goal.
The only danger in this, and I can't remember if it could happen in high school football, although I believe it can, is that if it's blocked, because you have to have a lower trajectory, and so your ball is going to be lower, and so it can be, if it's blocked, then you could give up a touch on this one going the other way.
Now, I'm not sure if this is use this word again, harbinger, but there is a fireworks show going on right beyond where he's attempting this field goal, and it is good.
Oh, boy.
Wow. Mallory with a cannon shot. Now, it wouldn't have gone a lot longer than the 44 that it did.
No, that is.
It was a very, very solid kick by Mallory, 44 yards. You don't see that much in the high school game, and the Chiefs extend their lead to 10 points, 17-7.
Now, what do you do at halftime, Mitch? You're down by 10. You've got a quarterback, quite frankly, thrown 3 interceptions. was hurt, so during the week, so your second string quarterback got plenty of prep time. Do you bring him in? Do you make that adjustment, or do you stick with him?
I don't know. I would give him another series at least. I would give him another series in the second half. But if I were going to make a change, I would give the senior captain one more opportunity.
That's a good point. Yeah.
But then I would also say, hey, look, we don't turn it around here on this first possession. We're going to have to do something else. And then, barring some kind of mistake, Steve Talt's favorite penalty, that's offsides on the kickoff. Apparently that does not stop the clock, as they ran about 15 seconds off, 10 seconds off.
Well, let's see if you get the old push-up.
Should be, I believe, 29 and a half seconds left, if I remember correctly. 24.1, Will says. Will Slocum doing some spotting for us here tonight.
Will is one of the best spotters in the business, in my opinion, in our business.
Overall, hey, here's a shock, Steve. A 605 freeway is at a standstill. Like that golf ball I hit.
As is. Okay, so now are you concerned with them doing a onsides? It looks like we're being warned about that.
It says 2.4 seconds left to go. I think they're going to have to change it. It's not even close.
No.
The official that is over the ball has been watching the clock, so I think he's going to get them to eventually mark it back to where it's supposed to be.
I don't know. Do they have a microphone up there?
Don't know.
Because if you get a good, oh, there it is. Now they got it at 2 minutes 45 seconds.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah, they're about ready to give up. It's like, okay, really?
We'll keep it on the field. We'll do it down here. Steve, how do you like the Chiefs' inflatable helmet that the team runs?
Interesting. And the reason that they're Chiefs, because it's Santa Fe Chiefs, that was the name of the engine that Santa Fe used, most likely in this area as well. So their name makes sense. It's not necessarily taken from an Indian, but a fire engine.
I did not know that.
Well, that's why I'm here.
Now, if we were in Ohio doing this game, I'd be offering all these historical.
Mitch, you've lived in the area for 30 years.
More than that, actually. And this is Johannes Zerahan who's going to get a run back. And Johannes gets out to about the 38-yard line. Where it'll be first down, 6 yards on the return for Johannes Zerahan.
They finally got the clock right, because that was about a 6-second play. And
18.9 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Wind picks up a little bit. And that was it was there when Mallory kicked his 44-yard field goal. Nice kick.
A very nice kick.
First and 10, Titans, 18.9 seconds left to go. Handoff to Singal. Singal gets the ball out across the 45-yard line. Gain of about 8 yards on the play, maybe 9. It'll be second down if San Marino chooses to run another play.
They will not.
I don't think that they will. And the horn will sound on the first half. Titans trail 17-7. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with quarter number 4.
Can I go someplace?
Yes, you may.
Okay, thank you. Well, here they come back on the field, down 17-7, Mitch. I know you were checking your stock portfolio.
I sure was. And the Titans are doing better than my stock portfolio.
You down by 10 today?
I don't think I have a stock portfolio. I want to tell you a funny story. I forget what. There was one day 25 years ago when the market had a huge meltdown. I forget what happened. A one-day thing. And for some reason, I had pulled out this stock package that I had. I had gotten it from a previous job. And I pulled it out. And the person I pulled it out from says, "Don't do this. Take my word. Why are you doing this?" You know, da-da-da-da. And I said, "I just want to do it." I yanked it out. I got the check. The next day, the market crashes. I got a phone call from like the vice president of Franklin Financial or something. Why did you pull that out?
What do you know? Here's a job.
I'm like, I'm the dumbest man in America. I'm in California playing volleyball all day and driving around in a Jeep. I'm retired at age 33. I have no idea.
You know, you do those gambles at times. I've taken some bad advice. I've taken some good advice. The one thing I did is I bought Facebook at when it fell apart, and now it's just shot up again. And Leslie, my wife, who's not on Facebook. You gotta get on Facebook. Don't get on Facebook, or you don't buy Facebook. And I'm glad I did. Now, I can tell you about the 12 that I should have never invested in where people were right, but...
There you go. You're like my buddy the gambler who goes to Vegas and doesn't say a word unless he wins.
No, he breaks even or wins.
Did you go last week? I don't think I did. Yeah, anyway, so the Titans are going to kick to begin the third quarter. Steve, in your opinion, what does Sam have to do in this half to leave Dick Torres Memorial Stadium with a win?
Well, first of all, there's plenty of time left. They got to get a stop to begin with. Even if they don't, it's not that damaging. But they've got to just run the ball and open up the pass for Short. And Short's got to oh, that's not what you wanted.
Boy, a touchdown-saving tackle by Jordan Evans. And Steve, I want to tell you something. Jordan Evans rarely practices much of the physical part of the game, but that was a huge tackle by Evans. 46-yard return, and that was probably a touchdown-saving tackle and a nice play.
And you know, and I'm seriously going to say this, I was going to say, and we've got to tackle better. Here come two wounded Titans, Seth Canola and Michael Prappis. Both starters, that's going to hurt.
Jason Villa with the kickoff return, and that gives Santa Fe again outstanding field position at the 35-yard line. And I know I've said this all night, I'll say it again, the wind is at their back. It's a substantial wind as well, 1st and 10. Handoff to Medina, and Medina will get a couple yards on the play. Sam Fu, number 56, number 5, also in on the play. That is Nathan Fajardo. Gain of a couple yards on the play. That'll be 2nd down and 8.
Good job by the left side of the defense coming up and making a tackle. You can see this guy moves. He darts. He's always looking for that opening. The Titans did a good job of shutting all avenues down.
1st down for the 2nd down and 8 for the Chiefs. Wants to throw. Good job by Hasibi. Hasibi completely blew up the line of scrimmage and made the quarterback roll to his left where he can be brought down by number 15. That is Nick Singal, and that's going to be a significant loss on the play all the way back to the 40-yard line. 30. Geez, this chain gang is going to drive me crazy. Loss of 5 yards.
I know. They were halfway up. You know, listen, I'm not saying anything.
But
I know these guys.
Absolutely.
These guys are a little. Maybe they're just trying to get their 10,000 steps in today.
I think they are. So that'll be a loss on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 12. Shotgun snap. Wants to throw. Left side, and it is caught. Beautiful catch, and is it a touchdown? The fans think so. The referee agrees. And the Chiefs are back on the board. 36-yard reception, and Santa Fe's lead is now 23-7 with the extra point pending.
It looked like pretty good coverage. I think perhaps Jackson Herring thought he was going to get help long, but he didn't. But he had pretty good coverage, I thought, but the guy just made a perfect pass in a perfect location.
Nice throw by Reyes. Mallory to attempt the extra point. We know he's got the leg after kicking a 44-yard field goal. Kick is up. It is plenty long enough, and it is also good. 24-7. Chiefs add 7 points to their lead. It takes them just a minute and 50 seconds to do so.
Yeah, and the Titans really have to. I mean, there's still plenty of time left in this game. You know, you're down by what, 2 touchdowns and a field goal. That's still plenty of time. Titans just need to focus and get a good drive going.
Let's hope we can do that. Via with the catch for the Chiefs. And San Marino in an even bigger hole than they were when they came out of the locker room to begin quarter.
Well, the return set it up, and then it looked like it was just one big play. They've had a couple big plays. They're killing the Titans, and there's another one.
So we have got, I believe, number 35 is James Aguilera. He is not in our roster, but I believe that is James. I can tell by his gait, the way he runs out to the
Oh, yeah.
position.
No.
And Matthew Carapetian, number 8. They are deep for San Marino. Kick is going to go to Carapetian. He'll field it at the 6-yard line. Looking for a block from Aguilera. And right up the middle goes Carapetian. He'll get the ball up to about the 30-yard line. 24-yard gain on the return by Carapetian. First down, San Marino.
And what we need to do is we need to balance attack. Don't panic. They've run the ball actually very well tonight, and they got to keep on doing that.
You had talked about a possible change in quarterback. Connor Short, the starter, the senior starter, is going to head out and take the snap for the Titans.
Well, and I agree with you. You made a very good point. That is, this is the guy that you're on, so let's keep on working him.
Yeah, I make a good point about every Friday the 13th. Handoff to Carapetian up the middle, and he will get out to the 40-yard line. That'll be close to a first down. It is a first down. Oh, I'm sorry.
And did you see his brother there pushing the guy away from him, number 70? Yeah.
Brotherly love. And that is a 10-yard gain and a first down for San Marino. I am not going to call 1 yardage pickup until I take a deep breath. This chain gang is so inconsistent, it's almost impossible. Handoff to Carapetian near side. Gets a good block from Brazil, and he gets hit hard as he gets out to about midfield, and that'll be another first down for San Marino.
Yeah, he did get hit hard, and he's down. Took his helmet off. He knew it right away, so they'll go with Singal as the running back. He did a good job, looking for that block on the outside, took it, and then ended up.
And looking very seriously, Carapetian got hit very hard.
Well, he took his own helmet off, so at least he's got that. But as you mentioned, we could hear that hit up here.
Medical staff from Santa Fe taking a look at Matthew Carapetian, number 8 of San Marino.
There he goes.
Right up. Round of applause from his assembled teammates, cheer staff.
He may have just had the wind knocked out of him pretty good, but they'll sit him down, give him
Give him a salt tablet.
yes. Tape and aspirin.
Tape and aspirin, too. The defensive coordinator from my high school used to say.
Well, he's got his helmet back on, so that's a good sign. They're checking his neck.
Singal will go back in at running back. first down run by number 8, and there's a handoff to Singal, and a good job by the Santa Fe defense. Loss of 2 yards on the play. Breaking through, knifing through, was number 1, and I don't have time to give you his number. Steve, your thoughts?
Dick Butkus. Well, he just cut in. He had a stunt going, and he cut in and was successful in just cutting him down.
Ray Pacheco with the stop for the Chiefs. 8:25 now left to go in the third quarter. Titans trail 24-7. Short rolls to his right, throws. Well-covered play. Caught by number 28. That is Johnny Q. Playing some offense again, and now we've got a late penalty flag, and they're looking at Singal. Singal seemed to be engaged with a couple guys from Santa Fe, and they may have nabbed Singal for some extracurricular activity. Not sure.
I thought it might have been. It is against us.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
I thought it could have been Kirpician, but who came out?
Number 51, that is Noah Farmer, and number 55, Brian Hitch, were in the face of Singal, and Singal is going to get a breather. He's been brought over the sideline. So that's a 15-yard penalty, and that's going to bring up second down and plenty. 26 yards they need to get a first down. As if things aren't tough enough for the Titans, they make it a little bit tougher on themselves. Short, the quarterback hands it off, and the running back is absolutely stuffed on the play. And that is Carpeccian. Good to see him back in the game, at least number 8. Loss of a yard is going to bring up third down, correction, fourth down, and 27 yards to go. Not a good possession for the Titans.
No, they had something going, and then one bad running play and a short pass and a penalty, and took them right out.
Well, it almost seems like the white flag is going up for the Titans. Just that running play on the on fourth or third and long rather. High snap to Grizel, brings it down, gets off a decent kick, and that will take a San Marino bounce. I thought it hit the back of a Chief.
Yeah, well.
They are throwing a knee tag. Maybe they say it hit the back of a Titan. That's where they'll mark it.
Yeah, and I think that's correct. It looked like it hit number 16, Seth Masmudo, as he was running down. And at least it looked like the direction of the ball kind of changed a little bit there.
So the Chiefs will take over with a 17-point lead. And this is a game that the Titans and many of those who have watched film thought was winnable for San Marino, and they're going to have to really dig themselves out of a hole if they're going to take a victory away from.
You can't turn the ball over to a team that's in the areas that we have and expect to come away with.
Handoff to Medina. Medina with running room, and he is brought down by number 70, Andrew Carpeccian. Also in on the play was number 16, Seth Matsumoto. Gain of 7 yards for the Chiefs, brings up second down and 3.
Well, we've got too many guys out there. There comes number 70.
That is Carpeccian. Is that Singal lining up as a defensive lineman?
He's lined up as defensive end a lot. But he is now inside, it looks like.
Yeah, and they've switched him and Karusha Sebi. Handoff to Medina. Medina will be stopped. Nice play by Nathan Fajardo. Gain of a yard on the play. Maybe that's going to bring up third down and short. Third and about 2. Third and 1, rather, for the Chiefs.
Good job by Fajardo. He is one of the nicest kids out there, and as I said earlier, very hardworking. So I'm very happy to see that he's getting an opportunity to play some more. Got some great speed too.
Third down for Santa Fe. Long count. They tried to draw San Marino off, and it backfired. Number 5, one of the slot receivers at the top of your screen, he jumped instead. So Steve, that long count specifically brought in there to get San Marino to jump, and it has the opposite effect. 5-yard penalty brings up third down and 6.
Well, and it's that type of stuff that drives a coach even crazier. I mean, you have to be crazy to coach in the first instance, and that'll just drive you crazy when you see that happen.
Third and 6 for Santa Fe. They need midfield to get a first down. 5:20 left to go in the third quarter. Throw to the far side. He is caught. Nice play. Seth Matsumoto with a big-time play as the receiver cut back up towards the alley, and Matsumoto was able to bring him down for a short gain on the play. In fact, no gain on the play, and that'll be 4th and 6.
And really, that's set up by Zaharin taking on the blocker. He takes away anybody to hit the inside linebacker. And so he sets it up outside, forces them inside, and there Seth is to make the play.
Knuckleball kick, and that is fair caught. I thought it was fair caught. And that is Grizel. Grizel was hit by 2 Chiefs. I thought I saw his hand up in the air. Obviously not. There's no penalty. And the Titans will take over. 1st and 10. And the ball will be marked at about the 28-yard line.
Now, interesting, Matsumoto's got his helmet back on. So it might have been a problem with his helmet.
Short is still the quarterback. 4:34 to go. Titan football at their own 28-yard line. Little pitch to Karpetian, and he is hit hard again at about the line of scrimmage. May have fallen forward for about a yard. We'll give him a yard. That'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
The quick developing play is working much more effectively in the run game than those long ones. They were able to get penetration and get upfield, and that cost the Titans on that one, even though they seem to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So 2nd down and 9. In fact, they moved it again. It's 2nd down and 10. 3 wide receivers to the right. Short. Looking downfield for Grizel, underthrown and knocked away. And Grizel had to come back and actually play defense on that and knock the ball away from the opposite number 12 to make sure it was not picked off.
Yeah, that ball was, and you're right, he's thrown in the wind. It was a little underthrown. Grizel did a good job kind of trying to get separation and keep the back off, but he couldn't. It was a screen, but they didn't. He didn't get inside enough where the ball was delivered, so he was unable to pick up any of the blockers. It appeared to be there. It's just that he may have rushed the throw, but it didn't seem as though he gave it enough time to develop. And here we have a timeout again.
Timeout, San Marino. Nice to see Seth Canoles back in the game.
Yes, it is.
He had walked out on the sideline late after the team had come to the sideline before the second half, and I thought maybe he was not going to play, but he's back on the field.
Now it's tough because you're running a whole bunch of different guys out there, and it's as if our offense can't get any rhythm, and that is just killing them. This last one we really didn't do anything on, but it is just really hurting them. Last snap was a little high.
And a high snap for Tron Grizel's got to be pretty high.
Yeah.
Nice high boot by Grizel. And it's going to take a Santa Fe bounce, and finally will be down by Matsumoto all the way across midfield at about the 47-yard line. So net-wise, not a long route for Grizel. And Santa Fe was good field position at the 47.
And this has been our Achilles heel. Anytime that they've started within the 50, less plays, less chance for foul ups. That's why you hear people talk about field position all the time, and it's just really a matter of plays. Oh, there's the fireworks.
Teammates, and that's why they're letting him run another 15 yards, 44-yard pickup all the way down to about the 5-yard line. Good heavens, Steve. Kind of a Hail Mary. The receiver caught the ball, fell down on top of one of his teammates. His own body never touched the ground, so that means he is still a live player. And he got up and ran it another 15 yards. And
another heads-up play by Grizel because he saw that, immediately grabbed the guy. Grizel just missed knocking that ball down, too. It was just the timing was bad.
First down for the Chiefs. Quarterback wanted to throw, turned into a runner. Nice play by Singal. And Fajardo, number 5, also came up on the play. 3-yard loss will bring up second and goal from about the 7-yard line.
And it was good coverage by the Titans. They had 2 guys in the pattern out here closest to us in that corner of the end zone, and the Titans stayed with them and forced the run. And obviously, good job by the defense on that.
There's the Santa Fe Chief right behind us, Steve. We can hear a train heading.
I think they retired the Chief.
That's the same train that went by our last 2 football games.
I'm sure it is.
This is Medina hopping and looking for some running room. And Seth Canul makes the stop for the Titans. Big number 74. No gain. And that'll bring up, is it third or fourth down? Third and goal? Third and goal for Santa Fe. 1 minute now, inside of 1 minute left to play in quarter number 3. Third and goal from the 7 for Santa Fe. Motion man is Medina, and he will get inside the 5-yard line, brought down by number 16, Seth Matsumoto. Gain of about 3 yards on the play. It will be 4th and goal from the 4. You've got a kicker who can kick a 44-yard field goal. This is basically a chip shot, but I do not see the special teams heading onto the field. They're going to try to knock this one in.
Well, they're just going to let the clock run down.
I think they are.
Good defensive effort down here on the goal line by the Titans.
And that will end the third quarter play. Santa Fe gets 7 7 here in the third, very early in the third, as a matter of fact. Titans can't return serve, and we'll head to the fourth quarter with Santa Fe ahead 24-7.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if that big old, what's his number, 14?
The kicker?
Yeah.
42? Don't know. It might be 14. Let's see. It is 14. Kyle Mallory.
And then maybe they're going for the dagger in the heart.
I think that may be right. So the Titans return home this upcoming Thursday, and that is the 19th of September, I believe it is. The 19th at 7 o'clock p.m. versus Bell Gardens. The Frost-Soft Titans will take on the Frost-Soft Lancers at, I believe, 3:30 p.m. So doubleheader football coming to Titan Stadium. And let's hope that San Marino, if they don't get it tonight, can get their first win at home.
Looks like they're going to go for it.
Let's see if they try to draw themselves offside. Reyes going with the long count again. Wants to throw over the middle. Knocked away. And a nice defensive play by Seth. Close the door on the Chiefs. 4-yard line. Nice play from the Titans. Give a little momentum as we start the fourth quarter.
Well, I would say the Titans have to score on this one, Mitch. They're down by 17, and there's just not that many possessions left in the game. But a good job by that Titan defense after a lucky play, put them down there on the line. But the Titans stiffened up. Yeah, they're really just crushing the line right now. Their linebackers are moving up and forcing the Titans to make extra blocks and
or daring them to pass the ball.
Yeah, well.
Third down for San Marino. Short is at his own goal line, taking shotgun snap.
Run it. Now I'm watching Prappas down here. Are they putting him through? No, just. They're making sure he's okay. They. Well, let's see if the Titans can get another stop here.
9:48 to go. Santa Fe up by 17 points. Titans not threatening much offensively. Defense can get us something. First down for Santa Fe. Reyes wants to throw. Fires and away. Nice defensive play by Nathan Fajardo as he undercut the receiver and knocks him down.
He did. Very nice play. He was very aggressive on that. The quarterback has a weird motion, don't you think? He kind of throws down. I don't know if it's sidearm, but he almost pushes the ball out there, but it's a quick release.
It's like Bernie Kosar.
Oh, yeah.
Long count by Reyes. Three-step drop.
Oh, my gosh.
Incomplete. Nice defensive play there by number 13. That is Johannes Zerahan. And Steve said, oh my gosh, what do we have?
CB just leveled their quarterback. He hasn't given up. He just leveled him right as he threw the ball.
And Reyes a little bit slow to get up.
Yeah, I think his tummy hurt.
Off the field. Yeah.
His tummy hurt on that one.
Incomplete pass. Nice coverage by Zerahan. Brings up 3rd and 10. The quarterback is Garcia. Takes the handoff, and here goes Garcia on the run. He will be knocked out of bounds. Fajardo again, number 5. Number 2, Nico Gavrides also in.
Fajardo is doing quite a job. He's been given an opportunity to play, and he's making the most of it. You know, we haven't really seen him in too many games, but he's working his way in and doing a darn good job.
6-yard gain brings up 4th down and 4 for the Chiefs.
I keep on wanting to say Chaz Davis. Wasn't he number 5?
He was number 5. That was only 4 years ago.
I know. Well, I'm still living the dream.
Called for by Gazelle, and he drops it, but he's able to tumble right back on the field. But again, very difficult field position, back inside of their own 10-yard line. Steve, here is where you quick kick.
They didn't last time.
Behind you. Just sort of angle it over that way and let it roll out of bounds about the 50-yard line.
Uh-oh. Atlanta Braves.
Politically incorrect Atlanta Brave Indian chant. In Southern California. And that was Karapetian, and he gets nothing. Maybe he loses this. 1-2, all back to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, he went down. Someone snuck through and had a good arm tackle on him. That shouldn't happen, but it did.
San Marino not able to generate any offense whatsoever right now. Short takes the snap, takes the throw, pressure again, in the end zone. Might have, and he's going to throw and complete it from the green. Maybe his best throw of the night
Right.
on a ball where he spun around and just
Maybe.
unloads it to avoid a safety.
That,
And it's right on the money to McGreedy for a first down.
that wasn't a pass. That was a discus throw.
19-yard gain on the play, and San Marino has a first down. Wow. Put that in the playbook.
Yeah.
You're right. He spun around like a shot for a hammer. McGreedy's with the catch. First down, San Marino. Rolling that way is short, and he's going to be caught and drilled and hit hard.
That was a broken play. He looked to hand the ball off to Karapetian, who one of them went the wrong way.
Tackle was made by number 1. That is Ray Pacheco. Loss of about 10 yards. 9 yards rather. It's going to be second down and 19. And the Titans with second down and 20 will bring 3 wide receivers to the Buccaneers 3. The lone receiver at the top is Brazil, I believe. Snap to the short. Throw. Bolton down has the man. Home. Brady will roll forward. And he's going to be short of the arm. About 2 yards short.
Much more manageable third down, Mitch. You're absolutely correct. He saw the coverage early and just put the ball under and ran for it.
Across midfield. Nice block by Andy Sutherland. That'll be a first down for San Marino. 34-yard gain, first down San Marino.
And it's those little things, those downfield blocks that I always appreciate, and I say it's really the difference between a receiver that means something to the team and someone who doesn't get disappointed because he didn't get the throw.
First down for the Titans at the 49-yard line. It was a holdover from the Mike Hobby era, the receivers blocking downfield, which they did beautifully under Mike Hobby. Pass complete to Mavridis, and Mavridis will have the ball at the 41-yard line. 8-yard gain for short to Mavridis. Titans looking at second down and 2.
Nice first down play opens up your playbook for you. Whenever you pick up that many yards on first down, you now got a second down, and you could let it fly, especially when you're down by 17 points.
Short with a long count, almost drew a linebacker offside, hand off to Carpeccian, and he is at about the 36-yard line, first down, San Marino. 8-yard gain for Carpeccian, and the Titans move the chains again, nice little drive here.
They do, started by that discus throw, and they've put together a couple first downs after that.
Fake handoff short on a running play around the left side, and short will get the ball down to about the 31-yard line. 4-yard gain for short. Bring up second down and 6.
Yeah, that was a direct run, fake handoff. I haven't seen him run it tonight. That run option, where he decides whether or not to hand it off or keep it himself. I don't know if that was designed to be that type of play, but.
Fake handoff, pass, downfield, incomplete. Intended for Grizel. The back judge is saying that the ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage, so any thoughts of pass interference downfield go wanting, and that'll bring up third down.
Yeah, it looked, obviously the throw was either not good or was tipped, but I couldn't tell. But the way that my original thought was it was a bad throw, but then you think back and you saw it kind of wobble down there, which traditionally means, or typically means, it's been tipped.
Unless it was me at quarterback, and then it just means it was tipped. Third and 5 for the Titans. Short looks this direction, and it is incomplete. And intended there for Andy Sutherland. Titans are 4th down and 5, and I say go for it.
Oh, they have to.
Go in the ball game, and San Marino will. If you were Santa Fe, you'd bring out the kicker. Because
Yeah.
you're in his range.
You're on the field, you're in his range.
He almost the same field goal attempt as he had before. 4th down, 3 wide receivers in a bunch formation to the right of quarterback Connor Short. Short rolls into the formation. Gets downfield, throws incomplete behind Sutherland, and the Titans will give it over on downs again. Santa Fe gets the football back with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock.
Well, they seem to be improving every week. I can't necessarily say that's the case this week. Their defense has played reasonably well, but they had the great opening drive, and then since then, they haven't been able to get anything going.
Struggles ever since. You're exactly right. A couple nice little moments here and there, but overall, struggling night for the offense. Passes incomplete for Ardo. And number 56, Sam Fu, on coverage for the Titans. 2nd down and 10 for
Pass intended for number 5, Jason Villa. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the Chiefs.
handoff to Medina. Medina will be stopped for a very short gain of 15 the ball. So, Steve, you mentioned Karusha Seavey hammering the starting quarterback, and we have not seen him since. That was number 22.
Well, why risk if he's got? I can't see whether or not he's sitting down on the side, but he got hit. It looked like he got hit right in the breadbasket. So I don't know if that's going to do anything other than knock the wind out of you. But he was slow to recover.
That was Reyes, and now Garcia is going to take some snaps, fumble the ball, and he will fall on it. And that will be a significant loss on the play. Johnny Q and number 5, Nathan Faardo. As you said, Steve, somebody who got a chance and has taken advantage of it. He has been. I could have called his number on darn near every play tonight. He has been around the football.
Oh yeah.
Reminds me of Oliver Campbell.
Oh my gosh.
Once said that if I didn't know what happened, I just said tackle made by Oliver Campbell. Nobody ever complained and said that I was wrong. Bad snap, and that kick is going to come barely back to across the line of scrimmage, and that will be good field position for San Marino. The Titans will snap it at the Santa Fe 48-yard line. Let's open it up and just try to get a score here.
Well, yeah, and why not? What they've been doing hasn't been working out, so you might as well try something new.
First and 10, San Marino from the 48-yard line of Santa Fe. Petchy is in it, tailback for Short is the quarterback. Like every 3 minutes, their band has to just scream for something. I don't understand it, but it's not my job to understand the marching bands of Southern California. Short takes the shotgun snap, drops back, going to have to run. And short will be brought down at about the 42-yard line. Gain of about 4 yards on the play, 5 yards on the play. About 5 yards, second down and 5.
You really were patient in calling that. You made sure the referee turned around and looked at him and said, "Okay, you're set up right."
Clock running. We're inside of 2 minutes. 1:50 now left to play in the ball game. Short fakes the handoff, looking downfield, fires, incomplete. Intended for Tron Grizel. Coverage on the play by the Chiefs, and that'll bring up third down and 5.
Yeah, that was one of those suicide throws where and Grizel wasn't afraid to go after it, and somebody came around and gave him an elbow afterwards.
Evan Melendez on coverage for the Chiefs. It'll be third down and long. 1:40 left to go now. Steve, I don't like playing Bell Gardens at home because what that means is we're not playing Bell Gardens at Bell Gardens because they have the finest snack bar in all the world. And you may remember, was it 3 years ago or so, where I abandoned you for the entire first
You
half
did.
while I ate tacos.
I remember, and you just kind of disappeared on me, and you were over there chatting.
I was getting text messages, and Steve's like, "Where are you?" We're in the second quarter, and I was at the finest snack bar in all of America.
I remember you came back and there were like taco drippings all up in your mouth, and
Eventually caught me. I was blaming bad traffic on the 7th.
I think I came over at halftime, and
I see the bad traffic all over. 4th and 5, maybe the last gasp for the Titan offense. Short looks over to head coach Justin Mesa. Mesa gives some hand signals.
boy, I look out there and I see so many juniors and sophomores.
Well, you got that right. Short the throw and incomplete. Do we get a pass interference? No.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yes, we do. Reed was hit before the ball got there. That will give San Marino a first down. So a little bit of life left in the old Titans.
Yeah, that wasn't a hard call to make, and really, when you think about it, Mitch, there haven't been that many penalties called this game.
Not at all. Has there been a hold?
No, don't say that. They'll probably call holding on Glover on this next
I
play.
don't think there has been a hold called all night.
Yeah, and you know that's a mistake because there'd be a hold call on at least 95% of the plays.
Right. And the other 5% are just ones they really didn't see.
No, the other 5% are punts and kickoffs. So the Titans get new hope here.
First down for the Titans. Ball about the 32-yard line. Handoff to Karpetchian, and he is hit hard. He may lose a little bit of yardage.
Yeah, I don't understand why we don't have the ball in the air every time.
No need to run the ball anymore tonight. Loss of a yard. Second down and 11 for the Titans. Clock running. 1 minute now left to play in the fourth quarter. And the long count draws the Chiefs offsides, and that'll be a 5-yard pickup for the Titans and bring up second down and 6.
Penalty flags on the play. Encouragement on Santa Fe.
Well, they're starting the clock right away, guys. You got to pay attention to this.
Short wants to throw. control Cripps. Cripps looked like he was blocking downfield, so there was some clear miscommunication on that play.
Yeah, and his body language is like, why'd you throw it to me? And there was another play earlier where it looked like he was blocking downfield and they threw the ball to him.
4th down and 6 for the Titans. 33.9 seconds left to go. Short is going to have to run the ball, and he is hit hard. Clock running, 26 seconds left to go. 4th down for the Titans. This might be the final play of the contest. Mesa pointing towards the...
Got to hurry up. Come on, give him a shot.
10 seconds left
Take
to
a
go.
shot. Take a shot. Know the clock,
See if
Short.
they can get this off. 6 seconds left to go. Titans get the snap off. Downfield, Short into the end zone for Sutherland. Incomplete. Out of bounds, and that's no good. And Santa Fe will walk away with a victory tonight. Final score: Chiefs 24 and the Titans 7. As you and I have said, San Marino's improved every game. This one might be a little bit of a
Yeah, too many turnovers earlier in the game, and they gave too good a field position to Santa Fe all throughout this game. Santa Fe never really had to make a long drive, so that really hurts you because they were able to control the clock. They were able to control the game. Santa Fe is not that good. San Marino they're still a young team. They're next week I got Bell Garden, and that's not going to be any easier for them.
So Steve is right. We'll be home at Titan Stadium on Thursday, the 19th of September. San Marino versus Bell Gardens. The frost's off about 3:30. Varsity about 7 o'clock. And we will be there with